Welcome back to another Amiah Sunday. And on this particular Sunday, I got to choose my words carefully because I don't want Amiah mad at me. And the final episode of Yellowstone ever, or will there be a season 6? Is I don't know if it's midnight on Paramount Plus or if it's going to be at some time tomorrow. As I am recording this, it is after 8:30. It is, I will say, if I can be exact, 8:42 Pacific time on Saturday night on the 14th of December, 2024. So I cannot agree and I cannot disagree with the fans. I'm in no position to have any opinion on the show. I have never watched one episode of Yellowstone. However, I will say that I've been checking the comments of a lot of things, whether you're a Trump supporter or Trump hater or Democrat, Republican, Green, Independent, whether you're religious or not religious, atheist, black, white, short or tall, as long as you have the intelligence to watch a TV show and you can intelligently communicate, anybody is anybody. I've been seeing a lot of negative, a lot of like backlash in the comments section. People love Kevin Costner, but Taylor's a whole other story. So, all I can say is that this is the thing. I know what it's like to see a show at the beginning and then have it start to wane after 10 seasons or 7 seasons, right? I would say Star Trek: The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine tried to keep up with the good writing. Um, Other shows like Westworld, maybe the writing was good. Some shows seemed rather pointless after 6, 7 seasons. Like, what's the point? Hannibal, the one with Mads Mikkelsen, was like an exception of a show that stayed on as long as it needed to stay, and then it concluded what it needed to conclude. Minus Clarice, right? Silence of the Lambs. But Smallville went on 10 seasons. That was like the longest Superman show. I'm comparing other like apples to oranges here, but they're all fruits from different trees. But they're trees from the same earth. I don't know much about this show. If if it is true and the fans are correct, which is a majority of the fans, which you got to listen to the fans. You got to listen to the fans. That's all I can tell you, Taylor. Listen to your fan base and listen to what their concerns are. Because there will not be a season 6 of Yellowstone. So, with Madison, I believe Madison will go on. But if the concerns grow more, there may not be a season 2. All I care about, as far as for Amiah, is that there is a season 1, and she got to do a whole television season. Like, she got to have the experience. It would be great also if she could do voice work for animation and stuff like that. But, if having a whole TV season to work with Michelle Pfeiffer, to work with Ella, right? Or Elle, I keep getting her name wrong, but Elle, right? To work with all the other actors and all the camera crew people, all the catering crew, maintenance, the lighting crew, everybody working with all the people who work hard to make a TV show, the horse trainers. I mean, it's such a great experience that Amiah would not replace it for anything in the world. So, with that, we'll talk a little bit about auditions. Now, when I was in my late 20s, I auditioned for parts in plays, student films, and Orson Welles once said, "It's 98% hustling and 2% success. It's no way to live a life." But anyway, so that's what auditions is all about. And it's not easy. I mean, like a lot of people had to really bust their ass to go and just try to be something they're not. Well, I mean, that's what acting is. You have to be something you're not. But I think it's something that everybody can relate to, a character you can relate to personally. There are a lot of parts that I'm sure Amiah never got. They're not publicized. I do recall for the J.J. Abrams Star Trek, actually, what was it? Who was an actor from that worked with Andy Serkis, right? So Adrian Brody auditioned for Spock and he never got the part. There have been other actors. Now, my best guess is Amiah auditioned for her very first role, but never got it, which was with Sarah Snook in the. It was a role 10 years ago, Clementine, I think it was. So she had then she later got the part for Paula Macchiato, which we'll get into the 10th anniversary next year. We'll cover that. Um, but for right now, I think it's a big part of, especially actors who don't have the biggest fame in the world. Like if you're not Denzel Washington, if you're not Sydney Sweeney, or if you're not Kristen Ritter, or I don't even know, like who else? Rachel Zegler's, or even Brie Larson. Um, Big actors, big names. Zachary Levi, right? Henry Cavill, um, Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie. All these big stars. Um, Naomi Judd, I think Ashley Judd. Ashley Judd. Remember Ashley Judd was in movies. Andy Serkis. So it's hard because people are not sure what to expect of you. Amiah is known for her facial expressions, facial reactions. Um, she does remind me sometimes of Mary Philbin. I suppose if the silent film era were still around, maybe it would have been a better playground. But I think Amaya's best roles are sort of the nurturing, caring person, the person that is wants to do good in the world and wants to make happiness happen. Um, she can play the devil. She can play the mysterious person. But I mean, it's like I like it when characters are written for the actors and they can put their best foot forward. Um, I think the last time I auditioned for anything was back in 2010, late 2010, and then my I got one of these $10 a month like casting agency. It wasn't a real agency. It was like you had to pay $10. It was like one of these like 99-cent agencies. Then they decided to raise the price per month and close my account. I'm like, why would you do that? How about a fair warning? So I was like, I waved one finger and I was like, nope, we're not doing that. Okay. You don't leave people out in the cold like that. You give people fair warning that you're going to raise the rates per month. If we have to pay more money to get noticed to audition for student films or plays, that's one thing. But don't backhand people like that. That's shitty. I mean, Hollywood can be very unprofessional at times. Maybe that's why there's a problem with the TV shows. But I have to also think that if you're really good at something natural, then there is a part for everybody. So I always want to contribute something every week. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about, but it's just I try to find my strengths in the things I can do. I no longer go on auditions. I no longer look for approvals. And one day I think Amiah will get to that point where she doesn't look for the approval. Maybe she'll be her own boss. Or after she's shot and modeled everything on Earth, then you have to take a look and say, do you want to do the same things or do you want to even do better than the last time or even do better than the last part? So I'm hoping she does well with season one, but the way it's going, there may only be a season one of Madison, Michelle Pfeiffer or not. I think I read in the article that I got the picture that Robert Redford was supposed to be the lead and not Kevin Costner, but they wanted a Robert Redford type after Taylor came back. So anyway, what do I see in Amaya's future for her next role? Well, we could do Elf 2. We can replace Will Ferrell. We'll do Elf 2, Elf on a Shelf. See you next time when we do the holiday special. It'll be neat. Promise.